All right, joining us now on News Night from Agbo, Delta State to discuss matters arising from APC's ongoing e-registration membership drive. The APC National Publicity Secretary, Felix Morka, is joining us. Good to have you on News Night. And it has been a while, Mr. Felix Morka. Good to see you and Happy New Year to you. Well,
Happy New Year to you, Ngozi. It's been quite a while.
Yes, indeed. Well, so much seems to be happening within the APC. Let's start with the e-registration issues. And of course, we'll talk about the zoning, where a group is already saying that the APC should retain the current zoning formula. Well, there are cases emerging around the e-registration. Some are alleging that they're being left out, that some individuals are being left out of e-registration. In some instances, we're hearing that people are being forced to register under the APC, civil servants or what have you. I mean, for example, in the case of Enugu State. Do you want to speak to that?
Well, thank you very much, Ngozi, for having me. Now, as you know, our e-registration process is very fresh. We just started that program and we're very excited about it because this is the first time that a political party in Nigeria, and quite frankly, I've tried to find examples around the continent and haven't really found a whole lot. So, you know, we are at the cutting edge of technology, trying to leverage on emerging technology to organize our membership base, to afford our members the opportunity to register and participate as members of our party, you know, under this highly innovative system that allows us to, you know, harvest our information, you know, for planning and management purposes. So we're very excited about it. But, you know, this program began just in the first week of January. And it's still all very fresh. We're all learning. Even the technical experts who are operating our system, you know, everybody's learning. The members, the leaders, we're all trying to figure this out. So it's too early in the day, I think, for anyone to suggest that there are hitches or whatever we're experiencing in terms of, you know, drags or challenges or hitches are expected when you operate a fresh new system, you know, of this kind. And it's a massive system meant to capture the vast, you know, membership of our party. So, you know, and the party is gearing and we are deploying not just our technical people, but, you know, all of the leaders. I'm in Agbo, for instance, in Delta State, in my hometown, here, you know, helping the state chapter of our party to troubleshoot some of the challenges that are going on. And my colleagues are all over the place around the country doing the same thing. So, you know, I think we need to just allow it flow. I am certain that in the coming days and weeks, we will have this, you know, completely going as smoothly as can be.
Indeed, Mr. Morka, yes, you can excuse technology and a fresh system because technologies do have a mind of their own. But how do you then guarantee the integrity of the exercise when there are accusations of sabotage, there are accusations of exclusion? For instance, in Zamfara State, the lawmaker says his faction are not able to register. And to reiterate what was highlighted by Ngozi, it's a fresh system, yes, but how do you draw the line as a party in balancing the push for expanding membership and respecting individuals' freedom to choose when civil servants and workers say they are being compelled to vote as APC members? You can't blame that on technology and a fresh system, can you?
No, this one, that is not. I'm really surprised to hear you say this. You know, we're not. I mean, you know, look, with every system, people have a tendency to make all kinds of, you know, allegations. It's easy to allege, but to substantiate, I think it's the challenging part of that, whole thing. No civil servant, nobody. But as a matter of fact, the members of the party, the original members of the party, the existing members of the party, are all crowded, struggling to register because the enthusiasm is high. They want to register, but sometimes we have downtime with technology, with network systems, and all of that. But the idea that anybody is being compelled to register, that's actually that's a bit almost unimaginable at this point, because those who are invested in the party, who are members of the party, and those who are intending to register are trying to register, let alone who has that time to go compelling people who don't want to register, or who are civil servants, or who are not disposed to register, to actually register. That, I think, is, to me, I from where I sit right now, I want to say it's actually ridiculous to suggest, because those who have a reason and all interest to register are right now still trying to register because of some of the congestions on the networks and all of that. And don't forget that we have outlying districts around the country where network connectivity is not that great. And in those areas, we have device systems and now deploying technologies that allow supervisors and agents to register people momentarily on the platform, and then once those devices, computers, make contact with network, they upload automatically to the database. So we're doing that. So I'm not sure that there's anybody in the system that I'm aware of. And by the way, I'm very active in this system. I am playing a key role in our system in Delta, so I understand the technical side of it. I've taken my time to educate myself about it. And I don't know anyone in Delta right now who is being compelled. Those we are struggling to register existing members and those who are offering themselves to register. So no one has that time or, for that matter, incentive to be pursuing people who are not, in fact, willing or who are reluctant to register, such as civil servants or anybody else.
All right, let's move away slightly from that issue and go to Rivers State. Yes, Rivers State, there's no way you can have this conversation without talking about Rivers State. Now, you were quoted as saying in an interview, a recent interview, that very soon that the position of the APC on the issue of Fubara's impeachment will be made public. And then again, in addition to that, there are calls from the Rivers APC that you should resign based on a point that you raised, or feigning ignorance of who exactly is, let me just get it, current member of the EXCO, that whether Darlington Muju is actually a current member of the EXCO in Rivers State, and that didn't go down too well with the APC in Rivers State. I'd like you to respond or react to these issues.
First, look, Ngozi, I've been very clear that our party has not formulated our position that I can communicate to you on the status of some of the events unfolding in Rivers State. We haven't, which is why I have not issued any statement, and I have not, quite frankly, engaged that question as I would ordinarily. So Rivers State is there, it's unfolding. That doesn't mean that our party is disengaged. We have back channels and, conversations at the highest levels of the party, looking at the matter in Rivers State. But we're not yet ready to, speak publicly to any of those positions. And that's exactly what I said in my TVC interview. Now, about the gentleman who claims to be the party spokesman in Rivers. Look, we're a political party. At any point in time, our executive members of the party at the national, state, local government, ward levels are settled, unless we are, engaged or involved in processes of, our Congress, which we're not doing right now. Now, you will recall that the existing ESCO, under the leadership of Mr. Chairman Bekay at the time, was dissolved by the party, by the National Working Committee of the party, and a caretaker committee was set up under the leadership of Chief Tony Okocha. Now, after the tenure of that caretaker committee, we had a Congress in Rivers State that again bettered the current executive of the party in Rivers State, again, under the leadership of Chief Tony Okocha. Now, Mr. Darlington is somebody I know who was, in the ESCO prior to the, creation of the Caretaker Committee that has served its term and has been replaced by now a substantive executive under the leadership of Tony Okocha. What I did say in that interview, which I'm saying to you, I'm merely simply speaking to, the facts as they exist, in the party as far as the party is concerned. It may displease, Darlington or anybody else in Rivers State, but that's the position as of today. And look, I'm the national publicity secretary of the party, and my duty is to speak to the facts and to the, events as they unfold in the party. So, this is not about, appeasing anyone or trying to make anyone happy. My job is to speak to the facts as they are. And the fact is that today, Mr. Darlington is not the, publicity secretary, the state publicity secretary of our party in Rivers State. Look, as for some of the comments he made about, ask that, I will not even dignify with a response, because I don't think it's...
All right. And speaking to the...
I'm not losing sleep over that.
Great. And speaking to the facts, can I just ask you two quick questions, one on Rivers, since you're speaking on facts. You mentioned back channels. Is the APC using this back channel to stand with Governor Siminalayi Fubara, or to negotiate between Fubara and the FCT minister? Basically, is the APC with Fubara in this journey? And just to take you back to your e-registration, in Kano State, it was suspended reportedly on the orders of the president, according to a lawmaker. Is this in anticipation of the governor defecting to the APC? And when are you likely to resume, if you have not yet resumed?
Let me start with your last question. Our registration in Kano is ongoing. As a matter of fact, between yesterday and today, we've seen some movement, some shifts, upward shifts in our numbers of those who have registered in Kano. That process is ongoing. So, and it has nothing to do with, whatever the position or whether it's speculation or, expectation of the governor making a move. And we are not in a position to, confirm or deny whether or not the governor of Kano is joining our party. That is for every governor who has joined and for anyone who joins our party, it is their prerogative to make that announcement. We don't speak for them when it comes to that. When His Excellency the Governor of Kano decides and chooses to make that announcement, then we can have a conversation about that. Regarding the River State and the registration, look, the registration is going on simultaneously throughout all of the wards of, in the country. No state is exempted, and I'm not aware of any state that is suspended from, registration. So that process is ongoing. In fact, on a daily basis, on an hourly basis, we have our updates that captures virtually the progress we're making. Right now, we're pushing upwards of 4 million. Registered members of the party. And we expect that to grow in the coming days and weeks.
Mr. Felix Morka, you missed the last question, whether the APC is fully behind Fubara having moved from the PDP to the ruling APC in 30 seconds. Yes or no? It's actually a yes or no question.
No, I can't speak to that. That, like I said, when the party formulates its position on that, I will speak to that. But as I sit here on your show, I'm not able to, speak one way or the other.
Fair enough.
On that point.
Fair enough. Mr. Felix Morka, thank you very much for joining us on News Night. National Publicity Secretary of the APC.